session of the Sullivan County Commission. I invite you all to remain standing to the end of the pledge to be delivered by Officer Joyner. But first, I recognize Commissioner Larry Crawford for our invocation.
Bow with me, please. Father God, we are so grateful for this another day that you've given us upon your footstool. Thank you for the beautiful, beautiful sunshine, the rain that you've sent. God, we see you in everything that's taken place because of your care of this earth. God, clear our minds and our thoughts tonight that we might serve our constituents here in Sullivan County. And the decisions we make would be for their good. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Recognize the flag, bring proper salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
When the board opens, please report your presence. She's here in spirit.
Yes.
Good. Has every member recorded their presence? Madam Clerk.
19 present, 5 absent.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have a quorum. Our first order is resolution to consider amendments to the Sullivan County zoning plan sponsored by Commissioner Cowton, seconded by Commissioner Hayes. Is there a discussion on the resolution before we put it on the board? Without objection, when the board opens, please cast your vote, requiring 13 votes for passage. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? Madam Clerk.
19 yes, 5 absent.
After receiving the necessary majority of the votes cast, resolution is approved. Sullivan County rezoning hearing is in session. Before I recognize Mr. Meade and well, let's allow Mr. Meade all of his information. We will open the floor for discussion on each amendment. If anyone here from the public for comment on the amendment, we will recognize them as well. Mr. Meade. Thank you, sir.
Case number 1 is a rezoning request from Wade Donna Hughes to rezone from R1 to B4, located at 4880 Bristol Highway in Piney Flats. This went in front of the Sullivan County Regional Planning Commission, where it received a positive recommendation, positive staff recommendation, and there was no neighbor in opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Meade. You've heard the explanation. On case number 1, the floor is open for discussion. Anyone seek recognition? Commissioner King.
Thank you. I know Mr. Hughes is, and been involved with some of the things that he's done there in Piney Flats. He's developed 4 different subdivisions. All of them are very upscale. And he's been a good neighbor as far as the construction and what he's done. He is, on this same property, he took a barn and developed it, and now he's wanting to expand that. He's got a lot of construction equipment, and he just wanted to tidy it up, maybe get it to where he could put some of it inside and get it a little bit more outside. He's right there on 11E, right below Rocky Mount. His property joins Rocky Mount, and he's got a house that joins Rocky Mount also. I think this is a good thing for Piney Flats, and I'd recommend it.
Thank you, Commissioner King. Recognize Commissioner Crawford.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to say a kind word about my good friend, Mr. Wade. I can assure you that that property out there is going to be developed in a very professional way, and it's only to make that area more conducive to what he's about, and that's protecting his equipment and having it more in a uniform manner of upkeep. And so I can recommend highly everything that he's put his hand to. It's done quality, and I'm sure that this project will be quality as well. So I recommend that we go ahead and approve this zoning.
Commissioner Iverson.
I'm in favor of the zoning, but I'm looking at it and I'm just trying to figure out for myself. Luke, it seems like everything around this is agriculture and residential. Is it, so it's not spot zoning? Is there something around it that's changing it to a business?
If you look at the current land use plan, that's the one, what's up on the screen? It's right here on your left.
Okay.
Across the street is already planned business district. And then there is R1 across the road, I believe that's.
I mean, because even across the road is showing A1 and R1. And that one to the left you just said says, was that R?
Oh, excuse me.
35.
Across the Edgefield right next to it is a planned business district.
Okay, I mean, as long as it's working in that, it's just everything on this map showing R1 and A1, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, if I would have zoomed out a little bit further, that entire corridor basically up to this property is, you got Crowder RV right on the other side and some other commercial businesses.
Great,
Yeah,
thank you.
and it's right next to the Dollar General, I believe is there on the corner.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And it is called for, the red lines that are going across there indicate that as a future planned commercial corridor as well. So it's in line with the land use plan.
Thank you.
Mr. Wood.
Mr. Hughes has done exceptionally well in Piney Flats area for all the folks there. And you got Tractor Supply there, you got the RV place there, you got the convenience store across the road. So it's really not, but Mr. Hughes finally figured out that Sullivan County's better than Spruce Pine, and moved over here a few years ago, and we're glad he's here. And he's familiar with the Burleson family in Spruce Pine that we sell to, and he gets asked about right often over there. So we're glad he's in Piney Flats. We're glad you're here, and I'm 100% in favor of this, and I hope all the rest of you are. Thanks.
Anyone else seek recognition? Mr. Meade, would anyone from the public like to speak to the case? Or have any questions? Welcome, sir.
Welcome, Wade Hughes, and but I appreciate all that Sullivan County's been good to me since I've been over here and making good things for me. And I plan on making whatever I do nice and fix it the way it needs to be fixed. And I appreciate you.
Thank you for being here with us, sir. Anyone else seek recognition? Mr. Meade?
No, sir.
If there's no objection, when the board opens, please cast your vote on case number 1 requiring 13 votes for passage. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? Madam Clerk.
20 yes, 4 absent.
Having received the necessary majority of the votes cast, case number 1 is approved. Mr. Meade?
Thank you all.
Thank you. That concludes the business for the Sullivan County rezoning hearing. Without objection, rezoning hearing is closed and work session is in session. Our next order is public comment on agenda and non-agenda related items. And before I ask for the list, I'll go ahead and read our rules of public comment pursuant to Rule 4 of our local rules. We'll allot 30 minutes for the purpose of public comment. Each speaker is requested to state their name and address for the clerk's electronic record, and though this is not question answer. Thank you, sir. Clarifying questions may be permitted. No speaker can transfer or yield time to another speaker. Each speaker will be allotted 3 minutes uninterrupted and is asked to direct all comments to the chair of the body and not the members. At the end of the 3 minutes, I will let you know and ask that you make your final statement. And if there's anyone here that wished to sign up for public comment but didn't have the opportunity to, you're welcome to now. Hannah Taylor.
Thank you, sir. Hannah Taylor, 237 Peters Hollow Road, Elizabethton, Tennessee. I'm representing the health department today. You should have an orange flyer in front of you that says Community Health Needs Assessment. Just wanted to share that information. That is an initiative that we're partnering with the Tennessee Department of Health on through our Health Council. So if you scan the QR code there, it's a series of questions. It takes less than 5 minutes to do. We're just trying to get the word out in the community to share it. What we do with that information is then we develop our community health needs plan, and then we take it back to our Health Council, establish initiatives to work on in the county. So we've shared that to all of our social media pages as well, so if you don't care to share it, that would be great. Just trying to get the word out.
Anyone have any questions for Ms. Taylor? If you have an extra one of those, I would need to give one to our clerk for her records.
I'll do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Anyone else wish to address the commission for public comment? Without objection, the public comment portion of the agenda is closed. Next order is review of old business. I have enough papers to make the Atlanta phone book goes. They should. It's one of the biggest books. They did in 2005 when I was there last. Without objection, recognize myself on item number 1. Anyone have any issue with me recognizing myself on this one? That's at the request of the sponsor. We are going to roll this one.
Did you state your name and address?
Oh. Public comment's over. At the request of the sponsor, item number 1, asked to defer item number 1 until next Thursday's regularly scheduled commission meeting. Without objection, recognize Commissioner King on item number 2.
Thank you. We're not ready to do this yet, so we'll roll to a time that we are, so. But we're getting close, but we're not ready yet.
Thank you, sir. Sponsor defers item number 2 to our next regularly scheduled commission meeting. That brings us to the end of old business. Without objection, recognize Commissioner Crosswhite on item number 3 under new business.
Thank you, Chairman. This is a delinquent tax that we sold, you all are going to sell it, that we discussed in Budget Committee. Taxes that are behind are $762.45, and Tom Anew offered $200 for the land. This will get it back on the property tax rate, so I'm just asking that we put this on what are the rules? Or consent, yes, I'm sorry.
You've heard the explanation on item number 3. The floor is open for discussion. Sponsor moves consent calendar on item number 3. Is there any objection to item number 3 being placed on the consent calendar? Without objection, item number 3 is placed on the consent calendar. Recognize Commissioner Vanover on item number 4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 4 is another delinquent tax property. Comes with a positive recommendation from the Budget Committee to sell also to Mr. Agnew for $200. You can see the parcel number, the description there in the body of the text. It also asks for consent calendar for item 4.
You've heard the explanation on item number 4. The floor is open for discussion. Sponsor moves consent calendar. Is there any objection to item number 4 being placed on the consent calendar? Without objection, item number 4 is placed on the consent calendar. Recognize Commissioner Crosswhite on item number 5.
Thank you, Chairman. This is another delinquent tax. They owe $10,987.35, and Mr. New is offering $200, and we'll get that back on the tax roll and put that on consent, please.
You've heard the explanation on item number 5. The floor is open for discussion. The sponsor moves consent calendar on item number 5. Is there any objection? Without objection, item number 5 is placed on the consent calendar. I'm going to do it right this time. Recognize Mayor-elect Vanover on item number 6.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 6 is a resolution to amend the general purpose school fund budget by appropriating rollover and new grant funds for the Gear Up grant from East Tennessee State University. We've done this the last 3 years. It's a partnership with ETSU where they provide a total of $259,052.26 in grant money. You can see the account numbers, the account descriptions, and the total amount should add up to that $259,000 amount. No matching money, so I'd also ask for a consent calendar for this item.
You've heard the explanation on item number 6. The floor is open for discussion. The sponsor moves consent calendar on item number 6. Is there any objection? Without objection, item number 6 is placed on the consent calendar. Recognize Commissioner Crosswhite on item number 7.
Thank you, Chairman. This is a new resolution. It's a resolution to appropriate up to $100,000 of the occupancy tax, I'm sorry, that's hard for me to say, to fund necessary repairs to some of our county-owned historical buildings. Excuse me. We have had assessments, professional assessments in the past. Steve Wilson, we've gotten several grants to work on these buildings, and like I said, Steve Wilson has done the assessment. Estimate Cindy Stewart over the historical budget. She has also been doing some work. We've done, so far we've done chimney and gutter repair on some of the cabins. They had to replace an AC unit. What she got in her budget right now, about $20,000, covers security and the pest control. It will be in her budget, under the historical budget. But like I said, we've gotten several grants to do some of these items that need to be finished. I did check with the comptroller's office. We can use this money for buildings. And the main thing, we can get these buildings back in shape. It's a great tourism attraction. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Blountville has the largest standing, oldest pre-Civil War buildings in the whole state of Tennessee. So we need to take care of them. So I'd like to put this on first reading, please.
Are you planning on running on waiver of rules at next week's? You'll put it on first reading now. You heard the explanation on item number 7. The floor is open for discussion. Anyone seek recognition? Well, this is not a voting meeting anyway. Commissioner
Crosswhite, the $100,000 for the listing of the things that you have up here, when all this work is completed, are these buildings gonna be open for people to tour?
Yes, sir, they are.
So who is gonna be responsible for taking people on tours and the hours of operation and so forth when that happens?
Right now, Angela, that works with archives, she's been going over there 2 or 3 days a month and works. But they have volunteers. They also have Sullivan County Historical Association. They'll leave it open, so we're open for business. But we've got to fix them up and then get people to come and go through our buildings, because they're valuable. They're valuable to our county and to our state.
Okay. Commissioner Means.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, Joyce, I think this is a great idea. Will we also be appropriating funds for some of the other historical areas in our districts? And specifically, I'm talking about Exchange Place, which is in my district. I'm wondering if there's a plan to
We
put some
can, we have
funds.
occupancy tax and what we've got, I mean, we can include other historical buildings, so. We've got a great county. We need to take care of what we've saved in this county. So, yes.
Commissioner King.
Thank you. Joyce, we talked about this in the budget committee. I think Cindy's got about all she can handle. And to me, I think we're going to have to contract some of this work out. If we're going to get all this stuff done, we're going to have to get somebody to help her get some of this stuff done. And I think we need to go through Chris and, you know, I hate to go through all the bid process and all that, but there again, if you're putting all this on Cindy and all the stuff that she's got going now, is it going to get done?
Well, thank you, Dwight. That's so true. But some of this stuff's going to have to be done by more skilled workers. So it won't fall on Cindy, but it will be bid out. But if you know any skilled workers, we need to know them. And if you look at all the sponsors, the budget committee did approve this. So.
Mr. Hart.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So can you next month bring us just some information on the amount of money that the Sullivan County has to use out of the hotel motel tax? That's where its funding is. Yeah, if you could just make that available to us, just so we understand how much it's going to use and how much the balance is going to be.
I can
Appreciate that.
And Commissioner Crosswhite rolls item number 7 to next week's calendar, where she will present it on first reading.
Yes, thank you.
Without objection, recognize Commissioner Harvey on item number 8.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a resolution to make a one-time contribution of $50,000 to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Northeast Tennessee to help fund the agency's food backpack program for the 26-27 school year in order to provide nutritious meals to Sullivan County students who are in need of food at home. And there's some interesting statistics here, including that there are more than 26,000 Sullivan County residents and 6,400 children who have experienced food insecurity every year. That means that 1 in 5 children in Sullivan County are food insecure. I have Rhonda Chafin, who is the Chief Executive Officer for Second Harvest Food Bank, and she's here to give us a short presentation.
You've heard the explanation on item number 8. The floor is open for discussion.
Thank you, Commissioner Harvey and Chairman and the Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. Second Harvest Food Bank, since 2001, has been serving Sullivan County, specifically in the school system. We have come to the Commission many times for support to help children in the Sullivan County school system. And if you look at our literature and that we've provided over the past several years, right now we're currently serving 1,400 children in the Sullivan County school system with food. That food has to be purchased and bagged and distributed to children. Teachers partner with us through the schools. They select the children that they feel are food insecure. These are children that we believe are chronically hungry. These are children that go home at nights or on the weekends, and they do not have any food. There's evidence of that. I've received calls from Health Department in Carter County to alert me that they found all of our food under the trailer of a home where the family was not feeding their child, and the child was taken out of that home. I've also seen evidence of the results of this program and how it has lifted children out of the situation, helped them to learn and go on to be citizens that are not on the system of dependency. A young lady who came to me from ETSU that was bagging backpack bags in our volunteer center, and she said, I want you to know that what you did for me made a difference because I'm getting my degree at ETSU and I'm not going to be hungry any longer. And so this program is really vital to our county. Personally, I'm a resident of Sullivan County, many generations. And I also saw many children in this system when I went through Sullivan County schools, in Acre School, Bluntwell Middle, and Central High School. I saw many children that were my schoolmates that did not have enough food to eat. And I went into their home through this distributive education program to help provide food to them through that program. There are children here that do not receive enough food through the free or reduced lunch program. I left the office today to go to a meeting, and the line for summer meals was long because parents wanted to make sure their children have summer meals through the summer feeding program because they do not have access to free or reduced lunch. So we're asking the commission, I know that we were not put in the budget, and it's unfortunate. This is just one of the programs that we operate throughout the region. We're a regional nonprofit, probably one of the largest in the region. There's other counties that support this backpack program in their county. Greene County supports us. They provide support for all of their 600 children. And we're not asking support for 1,400 children, but we're asking support for a portion of them. We hope that you will consider our request. This is a vital program to our future citizens, our children, to make sure that they have access to after-school meals and meals in the evenings where their parents cannot provide for them, for whatever that reason may be. I'd be glad to answer any questions. We just hope that you will consider this resolution to support this program for Second Harvest. We are your food bank for the 8-county region. We're one of 5 in the state of Tennessee. So there's not one in every town or city. We are the region's only source of food. And the resources that we have support during disaster, during Hurricane Helene, during the SNAP disruption. We served over 6,000 families with the resources that we had. And finally, we were able to get some funding from the state to be able to replenish a portion of what we purchased. Just in 2 months, and I'm sharing with another commissioner, just in 2 months, we've purchased over $2 million in food because groceries has gone up 32% for our citizens throughout the nation. And so I hope you'll consider, but I'm glad to answer any questions if you have them.
Sponsor, would you be all right if I went ahead and started recognizing people, unless you had something you wanted to insert first? Okay, then I'm going to recognize Commissioner Crawford. If you'll hit your mic, so I can turn it. If you'll hit your mic, turn your mic, and leave it on for the duration so I can come back to you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There have been a lot of opinions expressed by members of this commission in regard to either supporting or not funding not-for-profits. I'd like to ask that this request for funding to Second Harvest Food Bank not be considered simply as a not-for-profit request, but rather that we get to the heart of this matter, and that is feeding the hungry children here in Sullivan County. With that said, I'm choosing to speak to my fellow commissioners tonight as a Christian, using the Word of God and the wisdom of Jesus to guide us. Scriptures throughout the Bible emphasize that feeding the hungry is a core commandment. It is a true reflection of God's character, and it is a tangible expression of our faith. Feeding the hungry highlights Christian compassion, justice, and community care. In Matthew 25:35, Jesus identifies with hungry, stating, "For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters, you did it for me." And in Isaiah 58, "If you spend yourself on behalf of the hungry, then your light will shine out from the darkness." There are thousands of hungry children here in Sullivan County who are suffering from food insecurity. Providing funding specifically for Sullivan County's Children Backpack Program will help to ensure that these hungry children have nutritious food when they are away from school in the summer and on weekends during the school year. I'm asking commissioners to please shine your light on this critical and essential need in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Harvey. Recognize Commissioner Crawford.
Thank you, Chairman. Rhonda, first of all, thank you for what you do and your staff down there. I know it's not only you, but the hundreds that come through those doors down there every day. My question is there any age limit to these children that are being served by this program?
This program is based in the school system, so it would be any child that's kindergarten through 12th grade. We urge, for instance, Westridge High School to be involved, but a lot of those students are embarrassed by that time. And we always open our doors to make sure that they have access, but it's kindergarten to 12th grade. But we're looking at other opportunities with Head Start to try to get children early through other programs. I mean, we work to make sure that we that parents have access to food to feed their children in other programs, but it's just K through 12.
Is the program mainly for the weekend, or is it a daily program that can be implemented?
Right now, it's they receive a pack of food that they can take home, and they can eat that food at nights or on the weekends. It's not enough for every day. We wished it would be enough for every day, but teachers have put a limit that it can't be more than 7 pounds. And so we're hoping that we can look at that program and expand the amount of food so that it meets that criteria every week. But right now, they're receiving it every other week. And then we have sponsors like Indian Springs, United Methodist. They help on the opposite weeks that we don't, but we don't have sponsors for every site. I will say that the City of Kingsport, through their community block grant, committed for $10,000 for this program. Of the total $168,000 it costs to feed children through this program throughout the school year for just Sullivan County. It's $168,000 for the approximately 1,400 children.
The thing I could say is this: if we'd had this program back in my day, a lot of kids in my community, my area, would not have gone hungry, including me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Crosswhite.
Thank you, Chairman. Rhonda, thank you. When I first read this, I was guilty. I thought, well, this is not a problem. No, this is feeding our children. I'm retired from the health department. I saw it for almost 30 years. Ms. Means is our chairman of our health council. I'm on the health council. We see this. This is part of what we need to do. We need to take care of our children. So I hope everybody will support this. So thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Anyone else seek recognition? Commissioner Hopper and then Commissioner Glover.
Thank you very much. I spent about 16 years observing children in schools. Virtue is of my position with the dental program, and frequently a child would ask me, can I have an extra toothbrush? And I said, well, sure. He said, because my brother and I have to share one. And one of the things that probably that goes on is these kids take food home, and they've got some other hungry siblings or whatever, that even parents that necessarily will enjoy some of the foods that are being prepared or given to them. So, you know, you're not just feeding a child, you're probably incidentally feeding maybe a family, which is in itself a remarkable thing. So this whole program probably could be expanded and reach out even a higher level because of the needs of some of these families. So thank you for what you're doing, improving the lives of children, families. That's most remarkable. Thank you for your efforts.
Thank you.
Commissioner Glover.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What is your title for the food bank?
What is my title? I'm Chief Executive Officer,
Chief Executive Officer, okay?
and I've been at the food bank since 1993.
Okay, all right. I pulled up the portfolio for Second Harvest Food Bank. It's pretty impressive. 2025 total current assets $28,111,383. That's quite a bit.
Most of that is the value of food. Our budget's about $8 million a year, and we have 45 employees. Our freight budget is nearly $250,000, and half of the $8 million budget that we just approved, half of that is for food purchase. Because we have other programs that we also operate, like the Veterans Program. We have 11 Veterans mobiles, and a total of 72 mobiles that operate just in Sullivan County alone. For our mobiles, we operate in 17 locations, and we serve 648 individuals. We serve 42 partners, and those are pantries just in Sullivan County alone, and they receive food. Those are 26 in Kingsport, 10 in Bristol, 2 in Piney Flats, 3 in Bluff City, and 1 in Blountville. And we're always open to serving more because we know that people in our county need the food. We're not reaching everyone, and we know that we need to even provide more food.
So y'all also have a Director of Information Technology out of that facility?
We have a communications person that is a contract worker.
And Executive Director?
My title changed from Executive Director recently to CEO because most of our food banks throughout the nation are now Chief Executive Officers rather than Executive Directors.
Okay.
We have a C-suite group of a Chief Financial Officer, a Chief Development Officer. We also have an HR officer that works at Second Harvest Food Bank so that we meet the state standards because we have to file state reports because the majority of what you saw in our statement of activities, that $32 million, the bulk of that is federal commodities that we receive from USDA that we have to file reports. We have an audit. We have a regular standard audit, and we have a second audit that we have to go through. So we have to have a chief financial officer to make sure that we comply with their rules and regulations. And we have also several state audits because we write federal and state grants, and we're hoping that we're going to bring federal state grants to this organization and to this county. We're looking at food as medicine. We're looking at so many programs that we hope that we can expand. When I started in 1993, we were serving just agencies with no programs. We started this program in 2001. Then the mobile food pantries with 74 sites. We started in 2010. And it's grown from there. And it's not something to be proud of. It's something to be really sad about when we have so many people that have needs, especially seniors, veterans, and children. Those are the key people that we serve and the working poor. And we've surveyed so many people that receive our food, and they are not people who stay home and don't want to work. We have people who are not drawing a decent wage in this area to support their families. I had a gentleman that works at McDonald's, and he has 3 children, and he couldn't even afford child care for his 3 children, so his wife had to stay home and keep those children because there's not adequate child care. And he didn't make enough at McDonald's to be able to serve his family, but he still worked.
Well, that's just like yesterday, the budget committee met yesterday, I think, and discussion of a tax increase this year, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. That's gonna be on just about every property owner in Sullivan County. And we've already gone pushed to the limit now. So when you add that on, if that does happen, we're gonna have a lot of people that's in that situation. And that's been the problem over the years. We keep raising taxes on people, taking money out of their pockets. It's no wonder they can't afford to feed themselves. And I'll leave it at that.
Commissioner Cowell.
Thank you, Chair. I'll get it out in a minute. I want to say I spent 39 years working for the Sullivan County Board of Education. And there are so many children that really came in hungry. And their parents did, I don't know if they didn't feed them, but a lot of them was very misfortunate to have food to feed them. And I just think Second Harvest, we are so blessed and thankful to have them to help with these children in Sullivan County schools. Because the children, they can't feed themselves, and they need food, and the parents can't afford it. And I also volunteered since fall 2018 at the Second Harvest. And they do so much work. You just can't hardly box and bag enough food to feed these hungry children. And these families that do not have the money to buy the food that they need to food. But thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you,
for
Commissioner.
what you do. Good job at Second Harvest.
Thank you.
Commissioner Iverson.
I'll say that those agencies she was talking about, one of them is the one that our church runs just about a half mile from here. We're the one in Bluntville. This past weekend, we served 200 people. It's not people that are not working. They're I think the term is the working poor. Right now, gas is so high that we have people 3 and 4 deep carpooling to get food to take back to their families. We actually ask about if there's kids in the home, then we actually have a separate box for those and send it to them. It is a huge need in our area. And I agree with Herschel, right now there are people that are having trouble. There's 6 families I know for sure in Bluntville that have a home that don't have running water inside because they can't afford the water. That $30 makes it where they can't afford it. And now some of the utility districts, they turn it off the day you don't pay the bill, they turn it off. And then it's $100 to turn it back on. Well, if you can't afford the 30, you can't afford the 100. So they're without water, with the home without water. We've only been doing this for, I guess, since October. So 8 months, 9 months now. It's getting worse, but instead of better. Second Harvest, as a matter of fact, they're having struggles now because all the USDA food. I think the one time I checked earlier in the year, at the same time last year, they had like 600,000 pounds of food that came in during that cycle, and they only had 100,000 this year because a lot of things USDA changed, which makes less food locally and less they're doing exactly what she says. She's spending money out of their accounts and buying more food. It is a need. It is something that we should really look at. I also agree with Herschel about the thing about yesterday's budget, and I think we can figure that out. And I hope we can. And I've already talked a little bit about it yesterday, and I'll talk about it next time we can. I think we can do it without what we're talking about yesterday. But I don't think anybody has, I think everybody has a heart to help, but we also have worries about the rest of our budget and a lot of the different stuff. So we have a lot to discuss, a lot to think about. We'll try.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Mr. Glover.
Young lady, I'm not against feeding children, and don't get me wrong. I've not told any of the commissioners in here this, but I'm going to share it tonight. Every year in December at Christmas, me and that young lady sitting right back there, we spend about $9,000 on people in our neighborhoods.
Thank you for that.
We go to the grocery store, we buy hams, we buy potatoes, we buy stuff for them to cook a meal with. Commission money that I get every single year, that's what we do with it. And we've been doing that ever since I've been up here. You can go around the community where we live, and you can ask them, and we start 2 weeks before Christmas. This man right here has seen it in Food City with buggies full of hams and potatoes and stuff like that we take and give them. So don't get me wrong. I'm forgiving 100%, but we try to do it in a way to where it don't hurt other people. And like he said, there's folks right now that don't have enough money to pay their water bill. There's folks that don't have enough money to pay their electric bill. But I just wanted to share that with you because I don't want you to think that I'm not giving, and a lot of these folks that we give to have children, and they have small children. And they tell us every Christmas, since we've been doing it, they look forward to us coming, and some of them were kind of afraid that we weren't going to show up. But that's what we do.
But we gotta be there year-round for them every day. They need it every day, and thank you for what you're doing. But we're there every day for them, and they're hungry year-round, and they need us. And so, thank you for that.
Thank you for being here. Commissioner Harvey, we roll this to next week's regularly scheduled commission meeting.
First reading, please.
Just a reminder, presenting something at a work session on first reading doesn't take the votes down to 13 votes next week. So you're going to run it on waiver of rules next week. You'll present it on first reading next week. Sponsor rolls item number 8 to next week's regularly scheduled calendar, which she'll present on first reading. Without objection, I recognize Commissioner Vanover on item number 9.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 9 is a resolution to appropriate $123,065.88 to Northeast Tennessee Tourism Association from the Sullivan County Occupancy Tax Collections for the fourth quarter of fiscal year 25-26. Whereas the current policy states the county shall pay NETA for each quarter no later than 6 weeks after the end of each quarter. Whereas 50% of the total receipts for the first quarter less fees from the county clerk and trustee equals $123,065.88. As everyone knows, we're obligated by resolution to pay this quarterly. There'll be someone here from NETA next week to make a presentation and tell what they're doing with the money. So because of that, I'll be asking for waiver of rules next week. So if anyone has a question or a concern or a comment about their presentation, they'll be able to do that.
You've heard the explanation on item number 9. The floor is open for discussion. Anyone will seek recognition? Seeing none, sponsor rolls item number 9 to next week's regularly scheduled commission meeting. That brings us to the end of our resolution calendar. Next order is announcements. Anyone seek recognition for announcements? Busy time of year, I'm sure somebody has something. I still thank everybody that called and checked on my family over the last month and a half. Anyone seek recognition for announcements? We have a motion to adjourn. All those adjourned by Commissioner Block, second by Commissioner Carr. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. Adjourned till Thursday next. Thank you all.
That mean we can go?